Thank you for being with us here today. My name is Mary Ann Gomez. I'm the Executive Director of the Congressional Hispanic Leadership Institute. Want to first thank you for joining us. There's a couple of changes to the event this morning, and I just wanted to briefly make a note of that. Our chairman, Lincoln Diaz-Balart, and our co-vice chairman, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, are not able to join us this morning. Unfortunately, their mother passed away yesterday. And so you have with us and the rest of the other congressional members of our board. We felt it was very important to take this time during these discussions in regards to immigration reform. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this on to one of our founders and one of our board members, Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Muy buenos días. We wish to express our great sorrow and solidarity with the Diaz-Balart brothers who have suffered a great loss with the passing of their mom suddenly yesterday afternoon. And they, of course, regret not being here today for this historic moment, historic for us as members of CHLI. And I'm Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, a founder and board member of the Congressional Hispanic Leadership Institute, a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization. CHLI is dedicated to the advancement of Hispanic communities' economic progress with a focus on social responsibility and global competitiveness. We promote the diversity of thought, heritage, interest, and views of Americans of Hispanic and Portuguese descent. CHLI strongly believes that immigration reform is necessary and that Congress should pass it, must pass it, before it adjourns this year. Our board of directors unanimously adopted the statement we have made public today, and you have it in your packet. We urge Congress to act without further delay. This is the first time in the 10-year history of CHLI that the organization and its leadership has formally come together to raise awareness about an issue of importance to both the Hispanic community and the United States at large.
Yeah, thank you so much for the leadership that you've provided. And I also join Ileana and my friend Elvira's also my good friends, both of them here. And with David also, our prayers, our thoughts to Lincoln and to Mario and to their family. I know it's been very difficult, and we send our prayers to them. Immigration reform, just like to a lot of members, it's very personal to me. My father was born in Guerrero, Tamaulipas. He became a legal resident. He went through the process. My mom's parents also came from Guerrero. My parents were migrant workers when we were young. They used to keep me in a pen where they worked on the fields out there. So, you know, what happened with my mom and my dad, it's the American dream. Now their older son out of 8 is now a U.S. congressman, and this is what the American dream is all about, and this is what we're all talking about here. Immigration reform is a topic that's not going to go away. You know, we can put our head in the sand and say it's you know, we can deal with it at a later time, but it's not going to go away. Again, whether we take it piecemeal or we take a comprehensive approach, we need to have 3 parts: a strong, smart border security. 2, let's talk about a guest worker program that works, like the Presero program that we established after the World War II, during World War II, or also the visas to make sure that a lot of those young folks that are coming in, that we don't train them and educate them and send them off to another country so they can turn around and compete against us here. If you look at the STEM, which is the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, in my state of Texas, as an example, can't say about Florida, New Jersey, or California, but I would tell you that a grand majority of those students in the graduate STEM are foreign students. And it's not that we want to get our folks here to go in, we're trying our best, but why are we going to train those folks and then turn around and have them compete against us? So we got to have the right amount of visas also. The third thing is, again, I don't believe in amnesty like President Reagan and the Democrats did in 1986. But if we don't do something about the 11 or 12 million, it is a de facto amnesty because they will stay here. And I think it's to our national interest to take them out of the shadows, let them work, travel, and we can talk about the criteria so we know who they are in that particular area.
You know, first of all, I want to offer my condolences to the Diaz-Balart brothers. It's been a tough year for them, and I'm sorry they're not here today. And I know how strongly they feel about immigration. I know how hard Mario has worked on immigration. So we want to make sure that we recognize that. And I want to thank Chile for putting this together. You know, immigration is not just a western part of the United States, not midwestern part of the United States. It is it's all over the United States. I come from the Northeast, and I can tell you we have the same issues that everybody else has in the rest of the state, in the rest of the country. Immigration is important. We have 11 million people that we have to get out of the shadows. And when you have, in this country, 40% of the Fortune 500 companies were started by immigrants. They employ about 4.7 million people. They also generate approximately $770 billion in receipts. You know, it's all important to this country. The economic recovery in this country will not be complete without having those groups come into the fold. So I fully support. I hope that we have a vote before the end of the year. And I apologize, this is truncated. You know, how we have my remarks. We have votes coming, but I have to excuse myself and say a few words in Spanish.
Good morning, everybody. I apologize. I'll be quick because we have started voting and we're about 5 minutes into votes. I represent California 21, and I've been a dairy farmer my whole life. I used to come back here as a dairy farmer to advocate for agriculture, and I spent a lot of time back here knocking on doors talking about immigration reform. So this isn't a new subject to me. It's something very familiar to me from an agriculture perspective, but also from my own personal perspective. My parents immigrated to this country. My parents were able to achieve the American dream because they were able to come to this country and work, and freedoms of this country have allowed us to do so much. This conversation, and now with everything going on in the world, and we've got Syria, we've got debt ceiling, we've got so much going on with the continuing resolution. So immigration, to me, seems like it's starting to get pushed back a little bit, and we're here to say we do not want that. We need to get involved. We need to make sure that leadership does not forget about the importance of this issue and how important it is to my constituents, and obviously all of ours that are up here now. So we'll continue to fight. I'll be short. I also want to say my condolences to my friends, the Diaz-Balart family. This is obviously a surprise to all of us, and we're all praying for him and hope to see him soon. So, and I'm going to introduce Ms. Latham Ross to finish off. Thank you.
Well, I congratulate Mario Diaz-Balart, Luis Gutierrez, all of the members, Zoe Lofgren. They've all been leaders in this proposal. They're still making sure that they get all of the pieces together. They've been working arduously on this, and at the proper time, they are going to bring it up. As you know, the plan in the House is to bring up individual bills, but if we get a bill to conference, we hope that this will be one of the many bills that will be discussed.